Prediction time.
Clash at the Castle in Scotland.
Clash at the Castle.
I'm excited for this show. I'm excited for the crowd. I'm excited for all of these foreign crowds because they are nuts.
What I'm most excited for is I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I am nervous for the first time about my predictions because every single one of these matches can go either way. This is the first time since Mania that even Mania I thought was relatively predictable. This one could really go either way, and I don't have that big of. I have a 5-pick lead on you. You could easily tie it up with this. I can't be losing after today, which is nice. But you could be tied. I can get every one of these wrong.
Just wait until they add matches on Friday, and then I can sail past you.
Maybe we'll see. Well,
I think we're going to have some of the same picks.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, let's start. So we're going to start with the 6-person tag match. Yeah,
3-team
Bianca
tag
Belair.
match.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, is that
3-team tag match technically?
The triple threat tag team extravaganza
for the women's tag team titles of the world.
You have the champions, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. The Unholy Union, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks. This match is out of left field. Just a bit. This is
a women's tag team title match. That's what happens.
Sure. And they're just kind of adding a little bit of Scottish talent into it. So, Steven, I'll let you go first here because I'm curious what you have to say here.
So, I'm going with Bianca and Jade on this one.
Okay.
I don't think that they're going to have the Unholy Union just came back, and I don't think that they're going to have them go over on their superpowers right now, which are Bianca and Jade. I think they're looking to kind of make Bianca and Jade almost unbeatable, which is kind of what they're doing already. Here's my thing with Shayna and Zoe. Though I get that they are different shows, and they almost treat NXT like it's almost like a different entity altogether. Shayna Baszler just lost at Battleground. She was knocked out, or whatever it was. She got injured. She threw that running knee that she does and ran right into the table, or one of the announcers' tables with it. Don't get me wrong. The match at Battleground with her and Lola Vice, really good. In your world, Showtime, it would have been like the Lion's Den match with Owen Hart and Ken Shamrock or Steve Blackman or whoever they had that with. Really good, cool way to have a pro wrestling match / shoot fight kind of go along with each other. But I think with that said, you just had Shayna Baszler lose on one of your pay-per-views a week ago. I'm sorry, your premium live events.
And I think she's going to lose again in this match. And I'm going to take the Unholy Union. There's a very key reason why I'm taking them here.
Mysticism?
Well, no, I wish it was just the mysticism. It's because there are 3 Scottish entities on this card. Someone's got to win. They can't all lose. You can't go to Scotland and bury the Scottish talent. I think that what ends up happening is Bianca and Jade decimate somebody like Shayna or Zoe, and somehow the Unholy Union scores the win. And then next week, they lose the titles back. It's like so quick. It's a flash. It's just
absurd.
But like that's like someone's got to win here. It's either, in my opinion, it's either her or Piper. But I can't see Bayley dropping this belt to Piper right now. It's so unbuilt. It doesn't make sense. Whereas in a with 3 different teams, you can have, this is where shenanigans and wins happen where the champions aren't actually involved. So I kind of like, that's why I'm picking them here. Somebody Scottish has to win a match.
You would think.
Like, they have to, right?
We'll see. All right. So next up, we have
the Sammy and Chad
for the Intercontinental title, Part 3.
Part 3.
Common sense tells me it should be Sammy, but I'm gonna pick Chad on this one. Because how can you keep having him go after this title and lose, right? Like he's got to win it one of these times. I almost hope that this is them making Otis a full heel and he really screws Sammy out of the title.
I think Sammy wins here. So I'll drop that in here. Steve,
all right, so no matter what, we're picking different people.
Picking different people this time. I agree with everything you just said. I think what this ends up being is Chad Gable's real breaking point. I don't think they're ever going to turn Otis heel. Because I think finally it's going to break and Otis is going to maybe help Sammy when Chad, or like stop Chad from cheating and then haluva kick or something like that happens. Where you could kind of still have another one of these matches if you really wanted to. But I think that's what ushers in the Creed brothers, the Alpha Academy kind of dissolving, all those things. I think that this storyline, this Alpha Academy storyline in Sami Zayn has been brilliant. It's been so good. And I think it's only a matter of time before the Alpha Academy or Chad turn their back on the other. Mostly probably Chad the other way. And then once he goes full on heel, where like doing full heel tactics, he has a heel team behind him. That's when I would put Chad over. But I'm going to have to stick with Sammy here.
Like you said, I think it should be Sammy, or I think the way they're doing things, it's going to be Sammy. If I was holding the pencil right now, I'd book it for Chad just because it would kind of come out of left field a little bit. But again, this is also a show that's, I hate to say this, but I hate to say it like this, but it's a foreign show. A lot of the international shows, they're not always big on having big names lose their titles on those. Mm-hmm. So I'm still sticking with Chad. I think it should be Chad. That's why I'm sticking with Chad. This is probably going to be one of those ones where you're going to end up picking this all right. I hate you so much.
Particularly because I said how nervous I am about this one. Like, that's really how
I know it. All right. So next is the Women's Championship, the SmackDown Women's Championship. This is Bayley versus Piper Niven. I feel like it's got to be Bayley. I don't think there's a world where Bayley loses this. I think it doesn't make. It doesn't. I think the build is for Bayley versus Nia Jax, and Bayley needs to hold on to it till then.
Agreed. I'm going to take Bayley in this one as well. I just don't see it. I want it. Can I take it if the Unholy Union lose? Then it's Piper. Because some Scott's going to win this. So I'm with you on Bayley. I really do think she wins this one. I like Piper. I like Piper a lot. And I think if they would have built this better, I would have believed that she would win this match. But they just did.
So
like, it was just kind of thrown in there.
This match in general, since the Royal Rumble, the build of Bayley has been god awful.
It really has been mismanaged, and like I don't think she's super over as a face.
I don't think so. And here's the thing: when I say Bayley's winning this match, also, I'm kind of just saying Bayley keeps the title in this match. I could see now. Here's the thing: I could see Piper Niven winning this match, but not winning the title. I could see her destroying Bayley, but at the same time, what I am saying with a lot of times with this is and I always like to clarify that. Like when I'm saying it, like Bayley's keeping that title. Bayley is going into SummerSlam as the champion. Bayley's probably going to lose at SummerSlam to Nia Jax. I think that the build for Bayley has been subpar. I think everything that they've done with her is mismanaged. I think the only way, and it's funny because I've seen them do it with Nia Jax before. I'm throwing this one out there right now. I'm on record. I'm on the record saying this. Bayley's going to keep the title here. Nia Jax is going to technically beat her at SummerSlam. Tiffany Stratton is cashing in at SummerSlam and beat on Nia Jax and or Bayley, and walking out of SummerSlam with the world title.
Money in the Bank's before SummerSlam?
Yep. Does that sound like logic? Like I don't think even if
Bayley wins, even if she beats Nia, Tiff comes in. I like an immediate cash in. Let's not carry that briefcase around forever. That's
the thing. Like I think she's got it for like a month, 2 months tops.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. I don't think we get a cash in that night. Like they've been doing cash ins the night of Money in the Bank. I think we hold on to it for a little bit, but not super long. So, like I said, I think Bayley holds the title here. Next, we have the World Heavyweight Championship. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre.
I've said it numerous times, and I'm not going to change my mind on it now. I think WWE is going to wake up in Scotland and choose violence. I think that the Scottish horde is going to lose their freaking minds because we figured it out. Judgment Day cannot be at ringside to help Damian Priest retain his title. But you know who's not part of the Judgment Day? CM Punk, who is clear to wrestle now, apparently. And he just wants to get Drew angrier and angrier and angrier. I also think, as we said before, Drew versus CM Punk at SummerSlam doesn't need a title involved.
It doesn't. Actually, I think Drew versus Punk actually draws more money without the title right now.
And you allow Gunther versus Damian at SummerSlam. I think it's as easy as that. Like that's the book. Like just lock it in. Like I'm in. Nope. So I've said it once. I've said that like the only way Drew wins this match is via disqualification.
Yeah, I'm going with Priest on this one. And again, same thing. How I said with Bayley, Priest is keeping the title at least.
Yeah,
that's always kind of where I'm going with on this. Is if you want to hold me over the coals to it, Bayley and Priest might not win these matches, but they're walking out with their titles.
Yes. That doesn't you have to get it right in order to get the point, but I'm with you as well. I could easily see Drew winning this match via disqualification.
Exactly. And I actually don't even think that's happening. I think if anything, I don't even think it's going to be a disqualification. I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes just a no contest. Just something happens where is this where we see the dissolution of Finn and Priest even. Finn does come down. He's not supposed to be there. And him and Punk just beat up on the other two guys, basically.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think you'll see that. I think they have too much going on with the Judgment Day storyline to blow it off now. There's still tons of room to kind of wiggle through, particularly because no one seems to know when Rhea's coming back. And I think that's part of what they need to use this to elongate the story a bit.
I agree with that. All right. So, main event of the night, or, well, I guess the co-main event. I think technically the Drew McIntyre match is the real main event of the night.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the last match on the card.
Yeah, that's gonna be the go-home match. Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles for the WWE Undisputed Championship. As cool as a storyline is, I like that you came up with. I think this is Cody. It's just I don't know. I like the idea that they could have Cody lose it. I just don't think it's gonna happen. This is the one time I'm going to use a little bit more common sense on this match. So
common sense. Wow. I'm going to go AJ. I think my storyline's too good not to hope that it happens. I want to go into this match believing that Cody could lose to AJ. In my mind, it really doesn't make sense to have the rematch, even though you add the I quit stipulation. And what I've been noticing about Cody Rhodes, I don't know if you've noticed this at all, but they're reusing storylines with him. There's quite a few of them that seem similar to maybe some John Cena stuff that happened in the past, or Mark Henry stuff that happened in the past. I don't know if you remember a certain I quit match where the person didn't quit but passed out. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think you're going to get the Bret Hart Stone Cold match where Cody doesn't tap, but he passes out in some crazy submission hold, and maybe the calf, was it the calf crusher? And because of outside interference, something where it's clear that Cody should have won this match, but there was shenanigans. And then you get Cody AJ3 as you're waiting for Roman Reigns and The Rock. You give the belt right back to Cody, because then you've proven that, like, oh, do you know what? Cody could lose. And I think it does a lot to help elevate the brand and the title. I know a lot of people will disagree with me, and I get that. Like, Cody can't lose it now. He just won it. He worked so hard. I can't.
So here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah, like, I'm not disagreeing with you, and I think your storyline, your angle on this is great. I also just don't think they're going to... I just don't think they're going to do it. I think it would be awesome if they pulled the trigger on this. It would be great, because then we're not painting ourselves into a Roman situation where you have 4 years worth of title defenses. And the thing is Cody's also defending a lot more than Roman did.
Sure is.
So that already, you're already giving more opportunities for the title to change hands. But I think at the end of the day, it's still Cody.
One of the two world titles have to change hands at this show. And I'm convinced it's not Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. I'm convinced that CM Punk is going to ruin this for him. So,
I mean, it only makes sense.
Give me a reason why else you would book AJ Styles versus Cody too, this close together, just because he jumped him. I'm not buying it. I think that this is a title change. And maybe it's just wishful thinking, and I'll pay for that later. You can only get 3 on me right now, Steven. So my lead still stays intact, and I'll be more conservative later. But in all honesty, this is what I want to see. I want to see the Unholy Union come out of nowhere with a huge upset that no one thinks that Bianca and Jade can lose. And this is where you start seeding in maybe a little rift between the two of them. Not that much, because next the Unholy Alliance on Raw.
Unholy Alliance are on Raw, I think. I forget.
So next Raw, they lose the titles back in like a squash match. It takes 37 seconds. Sammy Chad is the only one that's a coin flip for me. That I don't know who I'd rather see win. I don't see Piper as world champion today. I could see it later if they built it better, but they didn't. So I think Bayley stays. I'm convinced that Damian with the CM Punk shenanigans, which will be so heated, that place is going to crumble. It's going to be so crazy on how mad those Scottish people
William Wallace is going to come out of his grave.
Oh my goodness. It's going to be nuclear heat to the next level. And I want to see AJ win. I think it'd be great. I think this is good storytelling. This is shock. The world will be shocked afterwards, except for me, who has said this is what the way it is. And even if it doesn't go this way, this is the way it should go because I'm always right. Is it over here today, Steven?
Oh, there it is. Oh, you actually pointed right at it.
Yeah,
Good
right
job.